Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to review another television show, something I haven't done in a while. And this time, it just happens to be Jack Ryan's final season, which I was hoping there was 2 more episodes on Friday because I thought everybody was lying to me, but there wasn't. But here's my review. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another talking head doing my best to get my opinion out there because I think you need somebody else talking out of his ass. But no, really, I'm just trying to get a positive opinion out there, and this time it just happens to be the lovely Jack Ryan final season aired last Friday, not the Friday of the past, but the Friday before. 6 episodes, that's it. That's all you get. And to my new format, I'm going to give you the score and then go in reverse uh, than I used to, just to see if that works out because, I'm trying something new. In this case, this fourth and final season, I believe it was not perfect by any stretch, but I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, which is still great. I think you should go out there and watch it. It's not its best season of the show, but it is the most condensed, and that does make it really good in the sense that it gets everything it needs done in 6 episodes instead of 8 or 10. And that's probably why I give it a 7.5 because it condenses everything. You don't need all that filler stuff. What I didn't like about it, because I always like to start with what I didn't like, is that it didn't seem like everything in this season had high stakes. The first 3 seasons, there seemed to be a little bit higher stakes, and you would think that with the name of what they're doing and what they're after in this one, it would be high stakes. Having Jack Ryan quit, but each episode got better as it got along, and then it ended, and I don't know if that means they can do a movie next or a TV show, but from what I understand, it's the final season, and I'm sad. With that being said, the day players, the regular ones, you don't get Wendell Pierce-Moore, you don't get Mr. Kelly, you don't get these guys in it a whole lot because there are less episodes, and I like both actors enough that they're great. You can tell they're all buddies. You can tell they all get along. They have a lot of good chemistry in their three-way bromance, and then they add the adorable Michael Pena, who fits right in like a glove as the fourth buddy as part of the A team. But it just fell flat in certain instances because the stakes just were not as high, right? Having Jack quit to go after the bad guy, it's okay. It just didn't feel like there was a whole lot. But I did like that it was only 6 episodes. I think that made sense for the story and it made sense for the plot. Keep it short and sweet, and that worked in its favor. If it was not short and sweet, if it was like maybe 8 episodes, probably giving it a 6.5 or 7, but a 7.5 because it shortened it and it just made it um, that perfect on the sweetness, if you ask me. Now, obviously, that's not everybody's opinion, but you should go out there and definitely watch it. And now you can binge watch all 30 episodes if you want. They're out there now. Get out there, watch them, do whatever you can when it comes to things like that. What I did like is they brought back a character from the books that ends up being his wife, and they finally got her to come back. She's been MIA for the last 2 seasons. Finally got her to come back. Hopefully, they paid her a shit ton of money because she's a very talented actor who just gets handed a very minimal script, who gets crossed in the crossfire. She gets boom, she's barely in it, and then the 2 last episodes she may be in it a little more. But if you go by the books, they get married. I think they have kids. I know he becomes the president because that I remember, and she becomes the what do you call it? The first lady. I was gonna say first wife. It was, I'm not American, so it doesn't matter. But I do like the books, and I do like the character. I'm gonna miss John in his nuances. Still not as good as Emily Blunt as an actor, but okay, they're a power couple for a reason. But he does those deadpan faces so well, and that it's got that charisma, machismo as I like to call it. But he can be sweet and sensitive at the same time because it's his voice that make him sweet and that. But I just wanted more better writing, and I don't know if there was a problem. But like I said, the 6 episodes make it short and sweet, and that's a good thing. There really a standout episode? No, there was some standout lines, some standout things, especially when they're goofing off, and the buddies are ragging on each other. That's some of my favorite parts. Right? They all look like they're having too much of a laugh because it looks like they get along famously. If you ask me, I don't. I don't know. I hope they have as much fun. I do like the torture scenes in the first episode. I like seeing John Krasinski try and act with sad face and angry face, uh, and I do like to see him do that. And I do like to see some more side characters like Wendell Pierce's son showing up and all that things that make sense. And seeing him get promoted was a great story arc, and people hunting him down. He's such a great actor. If you haven't already, go out there and watch The Wire, and you'll see what the hell I'm talking about. Go out and watch other things that all these guys are in, and it's great. But 7.5, get out there and watch this season if you haven't already. Get out there and watch all 30 episodes if you haven't. I don't know what season was my favorite. I ranked them here, but it's judgmental a little bit because it jumps. Sometimes I really like season two more than I like season one, but as you can see, it's where I'm at ranking the seasons. Good show overall, an 8 for the show, but this season just was a little bit too much. Like I said, the script was a little tight, which made sense because if they dragged that on for 2 more episodes, oh, that would have been terrible. It was done, and that's what made it good. Get out there and watch it if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of Jack Ryan down below. Let me know if you're going to be as sad as me that it's gone. Let me know what you think of me, like you always do. The haircut, the pimple that's sort of still there, maybe. I don't know. But I love you guys. I appreciate your patience. You know what I'm going to say. Good to Morgan, good to Nobden, and good to Knock if I don't see you. Ciao. Producer, play the Jack Ryan theme song, but don't because Amazon will sue me.